Hi guys, this is Stormmouse03. Welcome to my Dishonored 2 walkthrough for the achievements and trophies, Shadow, Clean Hands, and Flesh and Steel. This is the last mission of the game, Mission 9, Death to the Empress. So in this level we are backtracking through the city of DUNWALL to the castle, so we're taking kind of the opposite route that we took in the first level, which is pretty cool. There are not a bunch of guards on this first section here, but there are some dogs, and so we are going to try to avoid them. I'm not 100% sure how many there are, because I tried to take a path through this that was I was kind of looking for some symmetry. I was looking to do the opposite of what I did the first time, so what I'm going to do is try to use these train tracks. However, I am not really sure that there are a bunch of things that can see you right here. And so it's possible that this is not necessary to do. You may be able to just walk through the beginning section of this level. The problem with the train tracks is that they are broken. And so this didn't take me all the way to the place where I wanted to go. And so that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not sure if it was really necessary to get up here or if it would maybe be better to just walk along down below. I know that there are some dogs around, and so if it's the case that you were having some difficulty getting by them, that might have been okay. But this one for sure will take you past a couple of doggies. And so you're wanting, it was a little bit finicky to walk on this darn thing, but you're wanting to jump over these little blocks in your path, the wheels on this train here, because you can't get over the top of it because there was something blocking your way. But you can get over these things. The jump can be a little bit irritating, but it will work. Sometimes you have to back a little bit farther away from the thing you're trying to jump over. But like I said, you can get over these wheels and move along this train track, and that will take you over a good section of this map here. And then we're only going to have one little bit to go where we are in danger of being spotted by these dogs down here. So you want to look and you want to make sure that this dog right here is turned away, the one underneath me. So he's going to sit, he's going to scratch, and then he's going to turn around and go away. Maybe after he has a little bit of a sit down nap. I think you can also sleep dart these dogs if you are having issues with them. There is one near the very end of this level that is just a pain in the butt. So now he's turned around, he's gone, and we're gonna move forward here through the rubble. And so this spot right here is irritating because you have a dog on the left and you have a dog on the right, and this dog on the right almost spots me. You want to move over to the left as much as you can. He was so close to seeing me just then, but you kind of have to time it so that they're both looking away, and then you can make it to the door here. But that part right there is the most difficult of this, probably this entire level. I think, getting past those dogs right there. So make some saves. I tried a couple of different ways. I tried to go over to the left. I tried to go over to the right. Nothing really worked. Sleep darting that one dog on the right will probably save you some frustration if you really are having trouble. So do what you have to do to get past those boogers. They can be annoying, but I was able to consistently get through them there. It's just that you do almost get seen. So we're going to put the whale oil container in and then go up these pipes to avoid these little vines in the middle of this section here. This part is quick and simple and no muss, no fuss. Because you had a nice little way to get around all of that stuff there. And then you can run past all of these petrified people, because they certainly aren't going to see you. And then what we're going to want to do in this section, there are quite a few witches and some like wolfhound things that you have to avoid here. And so you really want to follow this path pretty exactly, because this is the safest way that I found to get through here. So I'm going to walk around here. You'll see that there are some people in front of me, so you just want to drop down here before they see you and climb over this hedge. And you don't want to go over to the left. You want to pretty much hug this right side and get up here. And then you want to jump up onto that wall. I was having some difficulty. I got lost in the bushes. But you just want to jump up onto the little wall here and keep moving. If you don't take that path pretty exactly, you run the risk of getting too close to one of those wolfhounds and having it spawn in, or getting seen by somebody else. So try to follow me on this one. And then we're going to go up to the left of the door that we're trying to get through here. And you'll notice that there's a little broken off piece of the gate, which is our path in. And now instead of heading straight to the stairs, there is at least one witch there. So instead of going straight forward through there, we are going to jump up onto these rafter pieces of the architecture of this building. And we're going to climb around this little lip and drop down right in front of the door. And so that's what could be a pretty frustrating section skipped. And gotten through pretty cleanly, I think. And so now we are in the tower itself. Again, try not to be too intimidated in this. There are quite a few witches and quite a few enemies here, but I'm going to show you some fairly safe paths to get through this section. So the first thing you want to do is make sure nobody is patrolling around down here to the left, and head straight for this door and open it and close it behind you. And then there's nobody down in this little basement section. But be careful just in case. There should not be anybody down here though. So walk through here, and then there is a section right here where we're going to want to jump up through. You didn't want to break those boards. There were enemies there. That was a way you could have gone, but it would have been too loud. And you'll notice that the witches have already done some of our knocking out for us. So if you go up through here, there are some little lips on the sides of this. I don't even know what this is. It's like a place where they would throw down food or something, like food waste from the kitchen. So I think. I have no idea. So, but there are little lips on the sides that you can jump to. And it takes a couple of jumps, and then you're up at the top. And you want to go through this way. But first, you fall down to the bottom because you are a derp. Hopefully you don't fall down to the bottom. I fell down to the bottom because, yeah, I'm fantastic like that. Because, this is supposed to be a showcase of how amazing I am at gaming. It's funny. You get these comments sometimes on some of this stuff, and it's like, oh, why are you playing on the easiest difficulty? Or why are you, making saves and telling people to save? And it's like, it's because I'm not trying to feed my own ego and show this thing that's like, oh, I'm amazing at this game. See, look. Like, that's not what this is. Actually, it's a walkthrough for people who are having trouble or just want to see it done or want to get some ideas for different paths to go. It is in no way, shape, or form supposed to be, me being an amazing, like, look at me person. So, I don't know. It just amuses me that you get so much of that. But there's a Clockwork Soldier. You want to wait for him to move past and then sneak on over into this hallway here, because there's a whale oil mechanism that we need to turn on so that we will be able to go up the elevator to the next section. And that is down here. And so you'll notice that there's 3 whale oil things, and one of them is not filled up. So we're going to be remedying that situation right now. And so we toss that in there. Now there are going to be 2 witches that come down the stairs where we just came through, and we're going to need to deal with them in order to get through. And so there's a couple of things you can do. A couple of things you can't do is climb up onto that ledge that I was jumping at, and you can't get under that little table there. But you can pick up a bottle and throw it as a distraction if you want to. I ended up not doing that because I said that was too high risk when I had access to a sleep dart. So you could throw this bottle and try to get both of the witches to go toward the whale oil area and then just run out the back. But what I ended up doing is sleep darting that one after her friend is moved over to where she can't see her anymore. And then just come around behind this one and knock her out. You probably didn't need to knock her out, but she probably would have seen her friend's body over there, and then she might have been looking around, and I didn't want to take any chances, so they are both having some sleepy time. And then we're just going to come back up the stairs here, and you want to be careful getting out of here. This Clockwork Soldiers are just so frustrating because they can see both in front and behind them. You can shoot their head so that they can't see, but that also means that they can't detect friend from foe, and that could result in them killing one of the other enemies on this level, and I just didn't want to take any chances with that. So what I did was peek around here, make sure that it was kind of far at its farthest point, and then quickly move toward this door and shut it behind us. And it was detecting us a little bit, but it didn't detect us enough to go into alert. So that was good. And then we're going to come into this chapel and do some of the prerequisites for the non-lethal final boss takedown. And so you have to collect 3 different things, some dye and some algae, I think, and human bone. And then you place all of those things onto the table here, and it will automatically create for you a corrupt rune, which we are going to be using to take out Delilah. So we have that done, and then we can head back out to where we started from. And basically we're just going to be backtracking through the exact same place where we came from, because that is, I believe, the quickest and easiest path out of this area. So I'm going to peek through the keyhole to make sure the Clockwork Soldier is not directly in front of it. Because he kind of patrols back and forth, and so I'm going to wait for him to turn around and go back around the corner. And then we're going to be climbing up onto the pipes above him to have a little bit of a safer path out of this place than we did coming into it. Because we don't need to stop off at that door again, which is nice. So, if we hop up on those shelves there, we can get up onto this pipe and walk past the soldier. And now you can continue on forward, but if you do, you'll have to go back past some witches and things, and it's just not worth it. So I just drop off in front of this door and go back the way that I know is safe. Head back through the kitchens and down the little wooden shaft that serves whatever function it's supposed to serve. I don't know. So we're going to hop back down here. And head back to the main floor. There will be some witches patrolling around out here, so you do want to be careful. I was looking in these cabinets to see if there were any more sleep darts, because I only have 2 left, but you shouldn't need any more at this point, actually. The only people that you may potentially need to knock out are the witch right here that's patrolling about, and you really shouldn't need to knock her out either. So we see that she is away. And then we're just going to come around here, use this little shelf here as some cover, because she does move around, making sure nobody's looking. There's a guy up there who almost detected us, but not quite. So be careful of that person upstairs. It is possible that if they were at a different place in their pattern that they could have seen you. So we're going to hit the elevator button, and then there is a wolfhound in here that gets automatically alerted, although he does not know where we are. It's just that it's that automatic alert that happens because the elevator moved. And so he's going to sniff around, and as long as you're over here on these shelves, he should not be able to see you. And as soon as he moves away, we're going to head into the elevator and head to the top level. Go into the throne room, and we are almost there. Those were the last enemies that you'll need to deal with, because we're heading to the tower. There, as far as I know, there are no enemies out in this section here. There's just a little bit of exposition where you talk to the heart and have some storytelling, which is cool. I really liked the end to this game. I thought it fit very well. And I really enjoyed the story, which is good, because I like a good story. Alright, so we're just going to hop up on these wooden platforms there and into this window. And then you want to, once you drop down in here, you want to immediately use the heart on Delilah here, because you don't want to alert her to anything else. As soon as you press the heart button to use it, it will go into that little cutscene. And so she heads into this painting, and we're going to follow her, but we're going to do a little bit of work first. And so you notice that the heart is now gone because it has served its purpose. And we're going to go up here and we're going to stick this corrupt rune onto the throne. And what that does is it makes it so that the painting's going to trap her. We're going to trick her into trapping herself in her painting, which is pretty cool, I gotta admit. All right, and so, warning, you don't need to do this. This was I just wanted to show you some of this level and a couple of collectible thingies, or one collectible thing, I guess. And so, you don't want to go into too many of the rooms, into the side rooms, because they have wolfhounds in them that will come to life if you get too close. But you can go around this section of the level, and you can go back to the safe room. And so, you see the wolfhound in the corner there? You don't want to venture too far in there. But you can go to the safe room and have a little bit of a laugh. Because you will see that the dude from the beginning has been petrified as he has slowly gone insane, being trapped in this room with all the money that he wanted, but no way to get out, which is very, very sweet. So, and he was petrified by Delilah's spell. So, there was the Mrs. Pilson doll in the toilet. Poor thing. So, we rescued her. She was a collectible. So, if you were trying to get those collectibles, that's one of them. I didn't show you them all in this guide because it was unnecessary. It was unnecessary places to go and risk getting spotted. But I don't know. I wanted to show that, or I wanted to do that while I was playing through, and then there wasn't really a clean way to cut it out. So in any case, we are going to now head through the painting. And now, there will be a bunch of Delilah lookalikes and one real Delilah. And now, here is another thing that I'm not 100% sure is necessary. I do not know if you really need to go knock out all these Delilah copies. But I'm showing you how to do it because this is how I did it. And so the order is pretty important because some of them can see the others. So the two safest ones are that one right there, and then the one up on the opposite side. So you want to take them out first. And so the reason that I said I don't know if you need to do this is because you may be able to just go up to the real Delilah and knock her out and that be, it. However, I felt like knocking out all of these made it pretty clean and made it so that people aren't going to see you as you try to carry her out. That they're not going to get alerted and stuff. But it's possible that you could get away with not doing this, which would be better, because then that will be some time saved and frustration saved. So there's the third one. You want to take her out and pull back like I did, because there is one opposite here, the next one that we're going to take out, that can see you. And so what I'm doing right now is letting myself get spotted just enough so that she moves. Because if you try to go take her out, there's another couple of copies that can see her. Sleep darts don't work on these copies also. So and now she is going to be looking at the place where we were standing. And so I came over here and waited for a little while to allow her time to move over there. And I waited actually probably a little bit too long. And so I'm coming around, I'm trying to look for her around the corner here. And as I come around, she is walking away. And she got a little bit farther than I wanted her to. And so what I needed to do was get her attention again and then lure her over here. So, like I said, I waited a little bit too long there. It's hard to tell when you can't see them. So, I just kind of peeked out so that she could get alerted again. And I'm then going to climb up here so that I can drop down behind her. And that's all of the Delilah copies that I knocked out. There are technically 2 more. Well, probably just 1. So there's one that's to the left there, and then there's one that's on the throne. And the one on the throne, I believe, is just a projection. I don't think she's an actual copy. I think the only other actual copy is this one right here. And so we're gonna take her out. So I lied. I thought I hadn't taken her out, but I did. So I believe she is the last one, and the one on the throne is not a real Delilah copy. And so if you look up here, Delilah is up there projecting herself onto the throne. And so that's not the real her, and it's not even a real copy, I don't believe. Because if you try to take that one out, you can't. She just gets alerted. And so what we do now is we come along this left side here, and we're going to climb up the rocks. Climb up the rock face to where she is standing. It's funny, when I first, played this level, I had no idea that this part of the level even existed, that this like upper area was even here. And so it is, and that is where she is. And so we knock her out and throw her over our shoulder, and then we probably don't jump down there because that looks like way too far to fall, and we'd probably, break our ankles and break her neck as we fell on top of her, dropping down. So we're just going to drop down the way that we came up, because that seems like a safer option to me. And like I said, all of the copies should be taken out at this point, and you shouldn't have to worry about them getting alerted or spotting you as you take her up the stairs. And then the rest of this is really just exposition. That should be the end of this game. We go back through the painting, and then we sit her on the throne. And let the corrupted rune that we put on there do the rest. And so you get a little bit of a cutscene here. And then we are done. And then you have the choice to either like wake up Corvo or leave him as a statue. And I don't know. I don't understand that choice at all, because it makes absolutely no sense why Emily would want to leave him as a statue. Like, just narratively, that makes absolutely no sense. So I don't get it, guys. Target's eliminated, though. That's what we really wanted. And then we wake up Corvo, because there really isn't another choice, I don't think. Why? Why would you not do this? I don't get it. And if you were Corvo, why would you not wake Emily up like, oh, I wanted to be king? Whatever. Silliness. Silliness. But all that is arbitrary, guys. You have a little cutscene that I skipped, and then you have the end of the game. And the graphics look really wonky here because I don't know what was happening. My game was like having a mental breakdown in the menus because all of the graphics on all of my menus looked really bad. But you should have both of your boxes checked, and you should get all 3 of your achievements or trophies, as I am showing you right here. If you have not played through with the character that you're playing, you should also get that achievement or trophy. And if you have not played through in Low Chaos, you will also get that achievement or trophy. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I had a lot of fun doing this playthrough in this guide. I hope it was helpful and that you enjoyed this game as much as I did. So thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next project.